97.3. More variety.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. Tonight, I'm here with
Hawa Idrisu Mustafa.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, even before fully washing himself clean of the Australian visa scandal, NPP parliamentary candidate for Sujaman Pius Hadzide campaigns on what appears to be an even bigger visa scandal. This time, he's targeting the USA.
Ghana, now Uko Australia, Obetina Eloplemo, 18 hours. And Lukrano, Nipabi, Etumidi Mechiako. Semu Pesemu, Manomo, Enko America, Nomunko Bobra, Nasikebi Embrefia, to Abanamami.
We'll be hearing from the boss of the YEA on Eyewitness News, actually the NY National Youth Authority on Eyewitness News shortly, and understand what his position and reasoning in that particular sound clip is. And still on Eyewitness News. And NPP running mate Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe promises a return of excavators seized by government in the fight against galamsey. Organized labor is giving the Akufo-Addo government up to the end of this month to fix galamsey or face a nationwide strike.
Organized labor will urgently embark on a series of demonstrations and a nationwide strike if government fails to address the concerns raised by end of the month, September 2024.
And later on Eyewitness News, Alan Kwadwo Tremantin files presidential nominations with the Electoral Commission and also unveils his running mate. We'll be telling you who that person is. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Government increases producer price for cocoa by 129%.
That's in 50 minutes on 97.3 Citi FM here with the latest in the world of business. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations, including in the Upper West region on Bugli Radio 88.6 in Wa, on Zwarungu-based Word FM 88.3 in Upper East, in Yendi on Dasuma 99.1 FM, in the Volta region we are on Holy 98.5 FM in Aflau, in Somanya in the Eastern region we are on Right 90.1 FM in Sna, in the Ashanti region we are on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi, in the Bono region on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Western region, we are in Takrady on a number of platforms, including Premier 100.5, Beach 105.5, and Sky Power 93.5 FM. You can also listen to Eyewitness News by going to our Citi News app. You can also go to citinewsroom.com. That's our website where you can find details of what we are bringing you. You can also go to our Citi FM page on Facebook and also on YouTube, and you get to see what's happening here in the studio. If you want to join the conversation, 0549-986-996. That's a WhatsApp number, 0549-986-996. And in case you're not aware, 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 Television, we've launched our coverage plan for election 2024. As part of that, you do know us as Election Bureau. We are ready to serve you everything you need on the election until the declaration is made and swearing in and beyond. So we're using the hashtag Ghana Polls 2024. Hashtag Ghana Polls 2024. That's what we are using. If you want to follow every news related or election related matter on the most credible of all platforms, Ghana Polls 2024 is what you should look out for on the various trends. You can also look for Citi Verify. Now, that is a hashtag we use to ensure that what you are reading is credible. You do know that there is disinformation and misinformation all around on our social spaces. We, as a media house, have decided that we would feed you content that has been properly authenticated and verified as the profession demands us to do. So Citi Verify is a hashtag you should look out for. Now, this is the Election Bureau, Ghana Post 2024, Citi Verify. You can send me a tweet on the handle at Umaru Sanda or at Citi973. On WhatsApp is 0549 986 996. So let's start off with Esojaman is a constituency that has the Akosombo Dam located in it. It's in the eastern region, also borders the Volta region on the Volta River. The New Patriotic Party's candidate for that constituency is Pius Hadzide. He is the boss of the National Youth Authority. He has made a promise, which is not one of the typical promises you'll be hearing from politicians as they embark on campaigns. He has promised to help his constituents travel to the United States of America if he is elected. Mr. Hadzide made the statement during a campaign event, touting his connections, saying he would take advantage of the World Cup tournament, which would be hosted in the United States of America, to send his constituents abroad. Now, recall that during another conference, the Commonwealth Games in Australia, many years ago, Hadzide Pius, at the time a deputy minister, was fingered and accused of facilitating people from Ghana going for that tournament who were supposed to have been journalists, who are indeed and in fact not journalists, who had to escape into the system. You can call it Jackpot if you like. Now, with the USA, Canada, and Mexico being the three nations to be hosting the next World Cup, Pius Hadzide is promising his constituents that it's a way for their children to Jackpot. Let's listen to him.
Ufri Ghana na uko Australia ubetina aeroplane 18 hours enukura no nipa bi etumi di mechi akọ World Cup eba ayeba bebo afifufuru ayeba be wure mu yi ye bebo no ewa America enunu 7 hours pe na wedu America nanadum Semu pesemu manumo enko America no munko bobra na sike bi emrefia to abane mami uye bebuno ewa paso uye bebuno ewa desase uye bebuno ewa Newtown na upese utukwa mi Pius mi be ye we epia mi di ube tukwa mi di ube ko na mino mi ti se ampem na yamawa kwanya na wodi usako se udemrefem na eduma na yedi ase usa se bua nipa no ontumi ho ano twi na obi foforo so embe ya usimi twi konongo kaya nintesa enti no uye bebu no na opese utukwan uko Germany uko America uko UK uko France bebi a opese ubeko bia no ubuami a misumi nya akwanya misumi mebuao.
So that's Pius Hadzide. He was once a deputy minister in the first term of the Akufo-Addo government, now heading the National Youth Authority and the NPP parliamentary candidate for Esojaman. He's actually joined us on the line. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Umaru Sanda. Pleasure to be here again.
Pleasure to speak to you too. What was that about?
Which one are you talking about?
Visa promises now to your constituents?
Oh, no, not visas. I'm not a consulate officer. You know that. I'm talking about facilitating the upward mobility of our people. I've met constituents of mine who want to go and watch the World Cup. I've met constituents of mine who want to go and study. Some of them have skill sets. They want to go outside of the country to work. Some of them want exposure. And I'm saying that as a member of parliament, I see myself both as a legislator and as an agent of development. And I met with a cross-section of our people, and I said to them that, believe in me, I know what it takes to bring people up. I know what it takes to help people to achieve their dreams and their vision. And one of those dreams and the vision is for people to expand their horizon, get new experiences, work elsewhere, and probably also watch the World Cup. And I made a promise from the bottom of my heart that I will help facilitate. I don't know where the visa part is coming from. I never spoke about visa. It is only consulate officers who can grant visa, Mr. Sanda. And so in the audio that you played, I'm not sure that there was a mention of visas. But this is a promise I intend to keep. Even now, without being member of parliament, I operate a job center in the constituency. I help people to get jobs in and outside of the country. Some of them travel to the Gulf areas to do legitimate business. Others travel elsewhere to do legitimate business. You can check from the constituents, and they will tell you that this is something that Pius has been doing. And so I don't see anything wrong with a member of parliament helping their constituents to achieve and realize their dreams. I'm sorry, but if people misunderstand it or if people want to play empty parochial partisan politics, I mean, that's their problem. But as far as I'm concerned, I am in this contest to win it and to help to serve the people. We are here to serve.
I see. Interesting. I mentioned visa because you cannot go to Germany, UK, France, or USA without a visa. So if you're promising them that you are going to send them and you have not said that you are going to carry their children to the embassy, you said to them to vote for you so that you send their children abroad. And you cannot send them abroad without a visa. So the presupposition would be that you already have a visa arrangement or a visa company of a sort that gives people visas, and that's why you are willing and ready to send their children. That is why I asked the question the way I asked it.
Well, that's fair, but that's your presupposition, because you see, even before you get a visa, you need to put in an application. How about helping somebody to put in the application? Even after you have gotten a visa, you probably need some support to buy a ticket. How about assuming that, okay, somebody secured their own visa and they came to their MP for some small support to top up and to buy their tickets and so on. And so I'm saying that let us not be, if you may, let's not have a narrow gauge view of this matter. I spoke. I know what my intentions were. I've been explaining it. And I'm saying to you that it is about facilitating. I cannot give visas. Okay. It's not within my mandate.
Very well.
But I can facilitate and I can support, and I will do. And I've done so before.
Okay, let's talk about what you have done before, which is Australia. What exactly did you do? You said Australia was 18 hours from Ghana. People followed you and went. And we know what happened to those people. So what is your track record in sending people abroad, where you were saying that if Australia was 18 hours and you were even able to do that, then 7 hours is nothing to you, which is the US?
Sandra, again, you see, let's not pigeonhole ourselves. Every day, people travel to Australia. Today, people travel to Australia. When it's not only for the Commonwealth.
But we know what we know what you meant when you say Australia. Unless you say
how do you know?
Do you carry people to Australia outside what happened in 2017 or 2018?
Yes. I told you a moment ago. I told you that I've assisted people, and I will continue to assist people to travel. Sometimes in of this country, and sometimes outside of this country. But I'm saying to you that even if you took the Commonwealth Games, there were people who went to the Games legitimately.
No, Pius, hold on. Let's not do even if. Let me just be clear here. Don't be hypothetical. I want you to be straightforward.
Okay.
When you said people followed you on an 18-hour journey to Australia, what were you referencing? Was it not the Commonwealth Games?
No, I was not even at the Commonwealth Games.
No problem. People went and you have been the subject of controversy. Is that in reference? So did you reference the people
followed me?
No problem.
I did not even.
You said people followed you. So I wanted to know.
So that's what I'm saying to you, that let's not pigeonhole it, because as a person, I was not even in Australia during the Commonwealth Games. I didn't. I went to Australia before the Commonwealth Games.
Okay, so when did you send these people on the 18-hour journey to Australia?
long before the Commonwealth Games happened.
What date, please?
Oh, I can't recall. I have to probably check. I can't recall.
Give me a year, please.
It will be in 2018, thereabouts.
At the time you were a deputy minister of state?
I was.
And these people who followed you, who were they? How many were they?
Oh, just two people. These are one young lady and one young man who sought to study outside of the country. And you want to speak to them, I probably can get in contact with them. I haven't spoken to them for some time, but we can speak to them on this matter.
So you sent them to Australia on the same flight?
I facilitated, no, not on the same flight.
Okay, but you went with them?
Not on the same flight, but I mean, I know about their going. We met in Australia. I facilitated it. I took them through the process and I supported them. I gave them some monies to support the buying of their tickets.
Who are these people?
They are friends of mine.
Friends of yours?
Yes, they are Ghanaian young people who are aspiring to go and study.
What are their names, please?
Well, son, I have to cross-check with them to put out their names. So I don't know why we should invite them into the conversation.
Did you send them on government scholarship or your personal scholarship?
No. I can't even call it a scholarship. It's a support. It's not government scholarship or anything like that.
So what did you take care of? Their flights, their accommodation, their school fees?
I gave them some stipend to support themselves, to get to pay for the expenditure involved in traveling to Australia.
What else did you pay for? Did you pay for their school fees?
No, I didn't. I paid for I gave them money. Let me not say paid for. I gave them money to do the processing of their travel documentation and all that.
About how?
When they secured their visas, I think $500 each.
$500 each. Which university did they go to?
Well, I can find all that. I don't have all of that at the top of my mind, Sandra.
Okay. So those are the only two people you sent to Australia, which you were using to brag in that campaign?
Well, brag may not be the word, which I was using to testify to my commitment to people to move on the ladder of life, to get to the next level. And as a member of parliament, I will want to do more of that. And I'm saying that...
But do you not think that anyone who listened to you there, and indeed anyone who watches that video would know that you're talking about the Commonwealth game and not these two persons you're talking about whose identities you're not giving me?
I can listen to you. I know that people are quick to, without hearing the full facts and without talking to me, come to their own conclusions. I mean, the Australia matter has come up. It was investigated by the police CID. I was given a clean bill of health. The NDC, for political purposes, will not let the matter die. The same CID that Mr. Mahama went to when allegations were made of him being involved in the unfortunate demise of the former president, he had confidence in the police CID and he went to the police CID. That same police CID cleared Pius. But I know that the NDC, they keep going back to that matter. And so now I am stopped from mentioning the word Australia, because anytime I talk about Australia, then it means that I'm talking about the so-called visa scandal. I don't know.
Do you not think that that would be a natural thought for anyone who hears visa and hears Australia and hears Pius? Do you not think that you should make it a personal decision to never mention traveling to Australia in the manner that you did?
No, Sandra.
Because you see, watching the social media space and all the critics, they are saying that you have thrown your boss, the president of the republic, under the bus, who went to announce your clearing, only for you to come around and say, I have sent people to Australia.
But Sandra,
which is what you have been accused of, which you have denied, which the president has protected you from, and you are saying the same thing tonight.
Sandra, I've explained to you, if somebody proceeds on the basis of ignorance, without the full facts, and comes to their own conclusions, probably based on their politics, their partisan parochial politics, and they draw their conclusions, that is a matter that probably we can throw light on. But after having listened to me, I think that it will be unfair to go and still rely on somebody who will be acting out of ignorance.
You see,
and have you not helped anybody travel before?
No, never. You see,
has anybody not helped you travel before?
Let's move on. My question is, if you had not talked about the U.S. World Cup or the World Cup tournament in the U.S. and talked about Australia, nobody would have connected it.
No,
hold on, let me land with a question. In Australia,
okay.
It was a game that Ghana had the right to send delegations, and some of the delegates were fraudulently presented, which became the big scandal.
No.
They were presented as journalists when they were not. That's what I mean by fraudulently presented.
Okay, let me
land with your question, and you can correct if I made any error. Okay. You have now said that there's a game happening in the US next year, and you are going to send people. Come on, Pius. The only inference that can be drawn is that you're going to use the Football World Cup as a basis for sending these people who are not necessarily football fans who are going to be in the stadium to watch. You are going to send them there to go and work. That's what you said. Football fans don't go to work in the US. They go watch a game and return. So what you are doing amounts to aiding people to enter the US system using football as a basis, but when indeed and in fact the intent is different, which is to go and work abroad. No,
Sandra, you are jamming up every issue. You have to put too many things in one basket. You heard me talk about Germany. You heard me talk about the UK. You heard me talk about France.
Which is after. Before, your main issue was US Football World Cup.
You said I should allow you to speak, and I did. You heard me speak about all of these countries. The World Cup is not happening in Germany. It's not happening in the UK, but I spoke to those ones. And those ones relate to the people going to work and bring money home or going to school and so on. But in America, I specifically spoke about going to the World Cup. We are all hopeful that Ghana will qualify and go and play in America. And Ghanaians will go to America to support. I am saying that as a member of parliament, I will support and facilitate the travel of some of my constituents who are interested to go and support Ghana in America to go and do the same. If you don't want me to do that, you probably can advise me against it. But I believe strongly that given the opportunity, I can provide opportunity for my people to also go to America and support their country. They are patriotic as well as everybody else is. We know the supporters, they travel around the country and around the world, and they go and support our national teams. So why can't my constituents also benefit from these opportunities that are available for other people? And are we not aware that the Ghana Supporters Union, they have branches, and that we can open a branch of the Ghana Supporters Union in my constituency, which will enable them to also get the opportunity to go and support the national team? I think that people should applaud me for wanting to create opportunities for our people.
Pius, are you suggesting that what you said to the people there was in reference only to going to watch the match and return and not to go and work?
No, I said that they will work. I told you that I spoke about Germany. I spoke about France.
Not about Germany. About the United States of America.
No. That one was to go and support the team. Okay. But I was discussing the generality of travels, and I'm saying that within the context, there will be opportunity to go to school. There will be opportunity to work. That's why I went beyond America and I spoke about.
I think just to be sure, let's not mix up issues. You mentioned Germany, UK, France, US at the end, but in the beginning,
but it was in the
no. Let me just.
You can't talk.
Let me make the position
you want to say in the beginning.
No, Pius, I'm saying that.
Yes.
You have said to me here that you have said, or in what you said, you were suggesting only in relation to the World Cup for people to go watch the game, for your constituents to go and watch the game. I want to just play your voice so that it will be your voice against your voice.
No.
Okay.
Sandra, that's not what I said.
Then what did you say?
What I said was that I spoke in general terms about travel, and I said that in the travel, there will be opportunity to work. And I said that people can go to the UK, people can go to Germany and other countries. And I also said people can go to the US. But in terms of the US, I meant that one is about the World Cup, and it is about going to support the national team when we win, not if, when we win. That's what I'm saying.
So that's what you have said. And I want you to listen to your own voice, which is a sharp contrast to what you have just said to me. Let's listen.
Uya Bebuno, our new town. Now, Pesa Utukwaya, me Pius, me Bayo Wapia, Miduba Tukwai, Miduba Tukwai, Miduba Kom.
Sanda.
Namino.
Pius, hold on, I'm getting that. Please,
Yeah, but
please indulge me. Kindly indulge.
My story.
Pius, kindly indulge me, sir.
Okay, no problem.
No 7 hours spend now to America. Nanadum, Semu Pesembu, Manumo, Enko America, no Munko Bobra, Nasikebi Embrefia, to Abanamami, Uye.
Semu Pese mu Manu Enko America, na Omunko Bobra. That is what you said. You didn't say Omunko America, no Omunko share football match.
No,
I'm sure that's very clear. Do you want me to repeat it?
No, please. That will be most unfair to me. I'm saying that.
Yes.
Don't take 1 or 2 lines.
No, I didn't take 1 or 2 lines.
If I may, out of an entire conversation to just push an agenda. You heard me say to the people that if your children want to travel, I will support them to travel. At that point, I didn't even talk about football. I said that I'm discussing the whole general concept of supporting my constituents to travel and do whatever it is that they want to do, including to support the national team, including to study and including to work.
Mr. Hadzide, I'm going to play your voice again. So it will be your voice against your voice. Let's listen again.
Why do you keep saying that, Sandra? When you played told my story, when you played my voice and he told my story, you quickly said, no. You moved to another part of my voice.
No.
Did you not hear me on that same tape saying that
your voice.
If you want your children to travel, I will help them to travel? Didn't I say that?
And I also heard you say you're going to use the tournament as an opportunity to send people from Apaso and other areas, Newtown in your constituency, to go to America. I want us to listen to one final point, and then we can proceed. So let's listen again, if you could kindly indulge me.
No problem.
And no 7 hours spend now to America. Nanadum, Semu Pesembu, Manumo, Enko America, no Munko Bobra, Nasikebi Embrefia, to Abanamami, Uye Bebuno, our Paso, Uye Bebuno, our Desase, Uye Bebuno, our Newtown, now Pesa Utukwaya, me Pius, me Bayo Wapia, Miduba Tukwai.
You've heard that. Let's proceed.
And that's the same thing I keep saying.
Yes.
That I made a promise to my people that when I become your member of parliament and you need my assistance, facilitation, support to travel, I will support you.
Let's proceed. Your government has promised to have created so many jobs. In fact, you have said to us in the past, before you became a government, a party in government, that we as a country were sitting on money or wealth, and that we're suffering, and that there was no need for us to go outside essentially to look for money. Why are you a member of that party and yet you're preaching people leaving the country? Can you talk to me about that? Does it mean things are that hard? For which reason you are asking them to vote for you to facilitate them to leave?
And I'm surprised.
I thought your plan was to fix this country so it becomes
migration.
A crabeshe.
Look, the people who travel from their countries and come into Ghana to do one thing or the other, they are not necessarily here because things are that hard in their countries. Migration is a historical concept. In fact, we should encourage the osmosis of people and ideas. And so people will travel from Ghana to gain new insight and experiences. People from other places will travel to Ghana to work and so on. It's a global village we are in, for Christ's sake. And there is nothing wrong with a Ghanaian, even with the improvements that we have seen in our economy in terms of where we came from and where we are today, when young people can go to school for free, no barrier to secondary education. Now 100 and over hospitals under construction, apart from that 40 already built, okay? The increased investments into technical and vocational education that we are seeing, the opportunities that the young people of our country now have that they didn't have before. In spite of that, Standard, Ghanaians will still travel. Journalists travel. You are working in Citi FM, a beautiful establishment. You do your work properly, but you still travel. You go and exchange ideas. You learn from other people. You visit other radio stations, and you expand your horizon.
Okay.
There cannot be anything wrong with somebody supporting one from Ghana to go outside to broaden their horizon, gain new insights and experiences.
Okay.
And so this is not, it has nothing to do with...
it has nothing to do with the hardship that you want to help them escape from.
Sandra, those are your words.
You say you're sending them to go and work and bring money home. I'm sure they are running away. If there was money in a Sojaman, they wouldn't want to. If the factory, the Akosombo Textiles factory had been if it had been a big factory to be able to accommodate all the youth of Sojaman, there would be no need for you to send them to America to work. But moving forward, you have also...
Sandra, can I comment briefly on that?
Yes, please, you can.
The Chinese have a stronger economy without that. The Americans have a stronger economy without that. Are there not Americans and Chinese in Ghana? Are they necessarily escaping hardships in America and China?
Okay. Next issue, and talking about you and facilitating, there's another video of you where you are promising secondary school students that if you are elected, you would help them get exeat to leave the boarding house because their headmaster is your friend.
Are you joking?
I actually have seen that video too.
Are you joking with me?
You didn't say that?
Sandra, no, I did not say that.
Oh, I can find it and play for you. If my producers can just help me with that video.
Listen, let's not be... And this is without prejudice to my respect for you or anything. I think that you have a brilliant program, but let's not get carried away and let's not want to go down the NDC propaganda. I'll give you the background. These are a group of young students who came to me for motivation. You see, they wanted to come and have lunch with me. Young students from one of the secondary schools.
Okay, but because of... I know. Okay, no problem. Because I'm the one who introduced the subject and considering your reaction... No problem. Yes. And because you've also talked about my credibility... I
have not...
You have not questioned, but you have...
I have not questioned or impugned your credibility.
Yes, but I'm a student of communication. I know what you mean when you say what you say. So, I want to play the audio for my listeners to hear. Then based on that, you would comment about this free exit. So kindly
feel free, my brother Sanda. Feel free.
Thank you.
When you have the time and you have an exit, or you have the opportunity to go out and you and I mean, I have your headmaster is my friend. I've got some good friends in your school, so exit should not be an issue.
So, Pius, that's you in the video, and that should also be your voice. You're promising free exit.
But that's not correct, Sandra. I never promised any free exit. You should be factual.
What were you saying to them?
But you heard the tape. You heard me.
Yes, I heard you say that their headmaster is your friend, a number of people in their school is your friend. Yes. So exit shouldn't be a problem.
So that means I promised exit.
If you say exit isn't a problem to a person in a boarding house because you know their headmaster, what does that mean?
You see, you should get the other side of the story before.
Please, you are the other side. So tell me, what's the other side?
That's why I was giving you the background.
Good, go ahead now.
These are young people, secondary students, who came to me. They want to engage with me. I want to motivate them. We had lunch. And I said to them that this is your home. You can come anytime, but you need an exit. To come to me, you need an exit. You cannot just come to my house. And then you heard the students say that, exit. The impression I got was that it was a difficulty for them to get the exit. And then I said to them that if you are coming to me for the motivation and for the lunch, then your headmaster is my friend. There are teachers in the school that are my friends. I will speak to them. Exit for you to come to get this motivation should not be a problem. I don't see how that is a promise. If I spoke to the headmaster and the headmaster says, no, I won't give them exit, that is it. But at least I will help them to get the exams if they want it. I don't know how is that a difficulty?
What secondary school is that?
It's Akwamoman Secondary School.
Oh, you're a motivational speaker too.
I am the prospective MP, the next MP, not I'm the next MP for that constituency. See, it is in my interest to move people from where they are now to the next level. And those secondary school students are part of my constituents. I care about them. So I engage with them regularly.
Pastor, I don't know if you are still the head of the National Youth Authority. What is the official policy on campaigning or doing politics with secondaries or in secondary schools or with secondary school students? What's the policy?
I don't know the policy with secondary students. I know the policy in the secondary schools. But what you saw was in my house. It's not in the secondary school. They visited me. So
is it wrong for you to have gone to do this on their campus, in the boarding house?
I would suspect so.
But,
I'm not
but
sure.
If you get them, I almost said visa, exit and they come to your house, that is okay.
But we were not even campaigning. I was motivating them. I was telling them they can become whatever it is they want to become. They need to study hard. And I was telling them, taking them through some career guidance and so on. All of that is in the tape. You should play all the tape to the listeners. And you will find out that I was motivating these kids. I was telling them that when you're in school, please focus on the school. You finish school, you become your doctor, your lawyer, your nurse, your teacher. You can then do whatever you want to do. But at the moment, as you're in school, focus on your education. But I am here. You want to visit with me and you want us to have this conversation, you can always come. But you need an exit. And they said that it was a challenge for them to get exit. I said, I will speak to your headmaster.
Amaga Akpenao, thank you for speaking to us.
Sandra, thank you. Thank you.
And wish you all the best.
I need your prayers. We are under siege in Sojama. We are taking the seat for the MPP. And the NDC, they are not happy about it at all. And they are throwing all things at us, all kinds of missiles. They are misinterpreting everything we are saying. They are twisting everything out of context. But you see, I am consoled that the people in Sojaman, they understand me, they hear me, they know what I'm talking about. So if you want to check, you probably check with the people of Sojaman what it is that Pius is reading.
I'll pray for you, but I want to do that in Perth. So kindly work out on some facilitation for me. I want to go to Perth.
You want to pray where?
I want to pray for you in Australia. So if you want me to pray for you, please.
You need to become my constituent, Sanda.
No, I'm your neighbor already. I'm in Shire Sudoku. We are neighbors. But if you send me to Australia, you said I should pray for you. So I'm just saying, if you send me to Australia, I pray for you.
No. At this time, I'm looking at my people.
Yo, I hear. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
That's Pius Hadzide. He's NPP parliamentary candidate for Sojaman. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. We'll return with more. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Hi, Aku. I just got the estimate for the home repairs. It's more than we expected. I'm really stressed about where to find the money.
Why worry, Musa? You are a salaried worker. Haven't you heard about the GCB personal loan promo? They can give you up to 700,000 Ghana cedis in less than 24 hours at a significantly reduced interest rate and fees.
Really? This sounds exciting, but is it easy to apply?
Super easy. Skip the stress. Get the cash with the GCB personal loan promo with a 1-month repayment holiday. Just visit a GCB bank branch near you or call 0302-634-922. Toll free 0800-422-422. No hassle, no stress.
Wow, I just got a notification. The loan is already in my account. That was fast.
Skip the stress and get the cash you need with GCB personal loan. Visit a branch near you today. Terms and conditions apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, is that cool? Kuku. Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Ah, Ifipa. Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loan so kaka, investment kaka, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo put his presidency on the line. Now, galamsey became a big issue after here, 97.3 Citi FM. We launched the Stop Galamsey Now campaign, where we showed pictures and videos of what was happening to our river bodies. The president, having observed the situation with, again, what other media houses have also started reporting, including the coalition against galamsey, the president said he was going to deal decisively with that issue. Now, among a number of things that were done by the government was the seizure of excavators. A lot of them were brought to Accra and parked around the Ridge Junction area. Some allegedly disappeared. Now,
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Eba Obegu small scale mining. And then you see, the young person, you appear the Shamfa Bede, or the since you so. Opia, Obey no, say yes, Obaso ya bind the enemy, the teacher concession, Opia Benabia. Mr. Day, Opia Benabia, also Obia Day, also Obia Day, also Obia Coachum, no Coach, Mana, a John Foreman's Day, Aha.
So that was the running mate to Dr. Baumia, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Pempe.
let me speak to his spokesperson, who incidentally also speaks for Cocoa Board, Fiifi Boafo. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sandra.
I think the one that would jump at me is the plan to return the excavators that were seized to the people from whom it was seized. If you seize these vehicles for all these years, only to promise to return them, what was the point of seizing them in the first place then and parking them in town?
Well, Sandra, let me say that Dr. Prempeh did not say that. I've heard you play that soundbite, and I know very well that soundbite is in circulation on TikTok, and that is the source of the information you are sharing with listeners. But I wish to state emphatically that he did not say that, and the video in circulation is not a representation of what Dr. Prempeh said. It's actually doctored, and it is not true that he said that. He rather said that people will get opportunity to engage in small-scale mining in accordance with the laws of our country, ensuring that they do not pollute our river bodies, our environment is protected. However, it is surprising to learn that this TikTok video is in circulation. Unfortunately, the media has chanced on it without verifying whether or not he said that or not, airing it, broadcasting it, sharing it to the public, creating an impression as though that is what he said. I am repeating, Dr. Prempeh did not say that.
So let me understand. He did not mention excavators at all, or what he said was twisted. What is your point?
Of the statement he made. Indeed.
Hello, Fifi, I'm losing you. If you can restate that position, please.
not part of the thing.
Hello, sorry, Mr. Fiifi Boafo, I did not hear you. If you could repeat the point you made, kindly. Thank you.
Okay, so the point I'm making is that I've spent time to watch the 20-minute footage of the things he said in Bogoso and the statement to the effect that we will hand over excavators, seed excavators, to the owners to go and work, did not form part of the things he said in Bogoso. And the video, unfortunately, being aired is a doctored video, and the source of it is in question. We are happy to share
kindly indulge me. I want us to play this again for my listeners and also for yourself. This is the audio that we have, which we extracted from a video. I want to just play.
Wait a minute, Sandra. Wait a minute.
Yes.
What you are asking me to do is to aid you to repeat a falsehood.
No. I'm not tendering it through you. I'm tendering it through my system and asking you to comment on it.
To indulge you, so I am actually indulging in this falsehood. That's the point I'm making.
But they are the words of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh.
Wait a minute.
Are they not?
Wait a minute. So if I also put out a doctored information from you out there and say that, well, but that is what is out there, I am telling you that I will share with you a 20-minute footage of the things he said in Bogoso, and the very thing that is being put out there did not form part of the things he talked about in Bogoso. I was on the stage. I listened to him. When I saw the TikTok video, I was surprised. I went back to convince myself, did he say that? I've watched the 20-minute footage. It did not include any such comments as being portrayed by the media. I am sorry. But you see, the challenge I have.
So wait, let me don't attack your former profession. No, don't attack your former profession.
I'm not attacking my former profession.
No, so let's deal with this.
The requirement is that
Mr. Fiifi Boafo,
you check.
Yes, Mr. Fiifi Boafo.
Traditional media, the culture of traditional media, relying on things seen on social media where you do not have the opportunity to verify, is questionable, because for the standard of social media is different from traditional media. And in the traditional media, verification, authenticating that what is being put out there is correct is very important.
Okay.
But here we are, taking things from social media, broadcasting it to the public, creating bad reputation for people who have served our country. I'm sorry, this is not correct.
Okay, let me just get this correct and stated, and thank you for the reminder of the journalism lessons. My point to you is that you have said that what he said did not contain what we have played, and that you are surprised to have seen it out there. My question would be, if he did not say this in Bogoso, is there a possibility that he said it elsewhere? Because you see, this is not just audio, but it is video from which audio was extracted. Could he have said it at any other venue that you were not at?
If you want me to get into a mood of probably guesswork, I am sorry, it will be a difficult task for us.
No problem. So, on the record, you are saying that your boss did not mention anywhere that he's going to return excavators.
He did not say that. Standard. I am prepared. In fact, I've tried, after talking to your producers, I've tried sending the audio to you. The only challenge I have is that I am somewhere in the hinterlands. The connectivity is not great. That is why I've not been able to share the original video with you. I shall definitely share that original video. We actually intend putting it out on its official Facebook page so that people can access it. I am repeating, Dr. Prempeh did not say that we shall return seized excavators to their owners. It did not form part of the things he said. Anyone who puts out such information is misleading the public to create disaffection for Dr. Prempeh, and that is not correct.
Very well. Thank you so much. We'll be waiting for the one you are sending to us, and then we would also listen alongside. Suffice it to say, though, that beyond TikTok, I have seen this video on multiple traditional media platforms. But it's important that you make the point you make. And as a media house, I respect the ethics. If you say that this did not happen on your campaign tour, we would be happy and waiting to see the real audio and the real video, which we'll be happy to share with our listeners. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
The pleasure is mine.
That's Fiifi Boafo. He speaks for Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, running mate of the New Patriotic Party. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, talking about galamsey. Organized labor has a plan which includes demonstrations and a nationwide strike against the government in the event that the issue of galamsey is not dealt with. We'll be talking about that on Point Blank. Also, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, or the ministry rather, has just issued a statement, which statement has to talk about a meeting that was held and the measures that were taken to tackle galamsey. We'll be sharing that with you after business news. That will be on Point Blank. So kindly stay with us. We have that coming up in the next few minutes or so. Thank you so much.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind said, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand the Magobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the Gobe too small. Go! Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, is that cool? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Ifipa. Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loan so kaka, investment kaka, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Details of our stories now. Government has announced a 129.36% increase in the producer price of cocoa for the 2024-2025 season, effective today, September 11. The price has risen from 29,928 cedis per ton at the start of the 2023-2024 season to 48,000 cedis per ton. This translates to 3,000 cedis per the 64 kilograms bag. Here is Food and Agriculture Minister Boyne Champon with the announcement.
This is an unprecedented 129.36% increase from last year's season's announcement. The vision of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is that the cocoa industry remains robust, resilient and sustainable for present and future generations. This appreciable increment in the producer price of cocoa signifies government's commitment to improve the sector and the livelihoods of the Ghanaian cocoa farmer. The 2024-25 price, margins, rates and fees will take effect from today, Wednesday, 11 September 2024. On this note, I declare the 2024-2025 cocoa season to be duly open.
Boyne Champon is Minister for Food and Agriculture. The inflation rate for August 2024 has decreased to 20.4%, marking a decline of 0.5 percentage point from the 20.9% recorded in July. Non-food inflation for August rose to 21.5%, with food inflation reaching 19.1%. This drop in August's inflation represents the fifth consecutive decrease since March. Here is the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobnainim, providing highlight at a press briefing earlier today.
On a month-on-month basis, we have recorded a much more significant drop in month-on-month food inflation, dropping to negative 0.7% for the month of August 2024. This means that between July and August 2024, the general price levels of goods and services went down by 0.7%. This indicates a 2.8 percentage point difference between the rate that was recorded in July 2024, 2.1%, and the deflation of 0.7% for the month of August 2024. From a food inflation and a non-food inflation perspective on a month-on-month basis, we've seen a significant drop in food inflation by 2.2% relative to 0.7% for non-food inflation. Food inflation on a month-on-month basis declined from 1.7% to 2.2%, indicating a 3.9 percentage point difference between July 2024 and August 2024, while we see a 1.7 percentage point drop for non-food inflation month-on-month basis, dropping from 2.4% to 0.7% between July and August 2024.
Professor Samuel Kobnainim is government statistician. The Bank of Ghana will sell $20 million to bulk oil distribution companies. This is because oil importers are struggling to get adequate forex due to the depreciation of the cedi. There is more in the following news desk report.
The sale of the $20 million is coming at a time when the cedi continues to face pressure in the foreign exchange market, leading to a limited supply of foreign exchange on the market. According to its Forex Forward Action Calendar, the sale of dollars to the BDCs is to ensure that the oil importers have adequate foreign exchange liquidity to purchase finished oil products for consumption. This is also expected to reduce the demand for the forex and forms part of efforts by the Bank of Ghana to address the perennial shortage of dollars for the local petroleum sector.
That was a news desk report. The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers (COPEC) is forecasting a marginal reduction in fuel prices from September 16, 2024. This prediction, according to COPEC, will be subject to the relative stability of the local currency. Oil marketing companies have also projected some marginal reduction in fuel prices from September 16. The Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amoah, tells Citi Business News that prices of petroleum product will drop at the pumps if the cedi performs well against the dollar.
In the three factors that would contribute to how much you pay for fuel, two have been quite okay and positive by way of international market price IMP, and then your taxes equally haven't gone up now. So you can say that those two would give you some relief. The third other factor, which should have also been favorable or stable, is where the problem likely is. As of the last seaboard exchange, they were doing around 15.7. As I speak with you, the cedi is averaging about 16.35. And so if that projection were to go up, then you may end up with, at best, some stability in prices for the second window, September.
Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amoah. Now, co-founder and board chair at Afrobarometer, Professor Emmanuel Jimabwedi, is advising developmental and donor partners to take a more proactive role in monitoring loans granted for infrastructural development. He argues that it is only through rigorous oversight that issues of pervasive cost overruns and bloated budget in such contracts can completely be minimized. For him, the mismanagement of scarce financial resources continue to hinder economic growth and international partnerships. Professor Jima Boidi warned that if the trend is not reversed, developing African countries, including Ghana, will continue to struggle with rising debt levels and fiscal deficit. He was speaking at the IMF's Africa Perspectives conversations in Washington, D.C.
There's been also a tendency to overprice infrastructure. So again, the same factor of misgovernance, where a needed infrastructure development project is taking place, but because of misgovernance, the markups are high and all kinds of percentages are added onto it and badly designed bad contracts. The global community, the international community, has to be working both with governments and with domestic civil society and private sectors to address those issues. There was a time as part of the reform of the Paris Agreement where domestic civil society actors were consulted quite actively, sometimes brought into the same room where the finance minister and others were sort of talking about governance benchmarks that have been addressed, social protection programs that were agreed on, having delivered and so on. That was a better framework for doing country dialogue than what I see today, where there is civil society consultation, but that's outside of official corridors, and then all of their inputs may be taken, and then you guys go into closed doors.
Professor Emmanuel Jimabwedi is co-founder and board chair at Afro Barometer. And that's it for City Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The gogo.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, is that cool? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kaka, investment kaka, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Point Blank on Eyewitness News. My name is Umaru Sandam. Tonight on Point Blank, we have two issues: galamsey and the New Patriotic Party. Forgive me, did I say the New Patriotic Party? The Electoral Commission. So the Electoral Commission said this week to receive nomination forms from persons seeking to be president of the land and also parliamentary candidates. They've been going to the EC headquarters to file their papers. The first person was Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the NPP flag bearer. He went on Monday, and a number of other people have gone subsequent to that. Hansen Ajiman is a man who has been covering the Electoral Commission. He's in studio with me. Hansen, you're welcome.
Thank you, Sanda.
So, former President Mahama sent Johnson Asiedu Ketia to do his own for him. Which other notable persons went throughout the week? Then we settled on today, where Alan Chamanti went.
So, on Monday, we had Dr. Mahmoud Baumia of the NPP. We had the Ghana Union Movement, but the flag bearer himself was not available. The General Secretary of the party came to file his forms. And then we had the independent parliamentary candidates, Mr. Chum. We had the NDC coming in the past through Johnson Asiedu Ketia to file for their flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama. 8 people filed on Monday. Now, on Tuesday, one person was expected to file, but we were told by the Electoral Commission that that person didn't come through. And then today, which is Wednesday, we're supposed to have had 4 persons filing, but we had 3 persons. That's the flag bearer of the NDP and 2 independent candidates. That's Kofi Cranton and the leader of the Afrafranto movement, Alan Kojo Tramantin, who is now part of the revolutionary group, which is made up of a host of other independent candidates, including Odike.
So far, a number of people. How many?
So far, we've had 11 persons filing.
And you're expecting how many to come?
So previously, the Electoral Commission was expecting 33 persons to file, but one person teamed up with Dr. Hassan Ayarega of the APC, who filed on Monday. Okay. And so, as it stands now, the Electoral Commission is expecting 32 persons.
And so far, 11.
11
we have how many days more to go?
We have
Thursday, Friday.
2 more days.
Very well. Let me go on the phone line and speak to Yabobian Samoa. He's with the Afro-Rantor movement, Alan Chamantin's group. He's joined us on the line. YB, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, sir.
I believe that today's ceremony was without issue. The big issue would rather be that you also announced to us who your running mate. At least that's what we are seeing. Can you confirm for us that you have finally settled on a running mate and who this person is?
It's not about finally. And there wasn't a before. It's about a definite choice who was announced today. And that, I believe, stays true to the promise Mr. Chairman made to the people, particularly the youth of this country. He said he was going to make sure that the youth had a place at the table of political decision-making, governance at the highest level, and that his vice president was going to be a youthful person. And he has delivered on that. We have, to Mr. Chairman's credit and to the glory of God, Usudanso Kwame Esquire, who is the running mate and just made 40, qualifies under the Constitution. So the youth are going to share in governance. And as Mr. Chairman said, he is a bridge to a future leadership in this country made up of people who will be of a different generation. He's there to clear the path for them. And this is the beginning. A presidency made up of Chairman and the youth is delivered.
Before I ask you to tell me more on Mr. Danso, the fact that you had a conglomerate of a sort or an alliance of a sort made many people assume or presume that you're going to choose someone from within that group as your running mate, so that someone like Dr. Abu Sakara Foster, for instance, would have been viewed that many people held would be the person Alan Chemantin went with. What happened with the alliance, and how come no leader of any movement or any group that joined the alliance made it to be the running mate?
I have told you, it's an alliance that has endorsed Mr. Chemantin for president, and Mr. Chemantin has promised the youth and people of Ghana, as a leader, presidential candidate of the alliance, that a youthful person was going to be his vice. So it has nothing to do with somebody coming in from the alliance. The alliance is there for the benefit of the people of Ghana. The alliance is there to make sure that everybody in Ghana is represented in governance, as against the current system where parties operate to the exclusion of everybody else. Once a party is in charge, they are for themselves. The alliance is not like that. The alliance is inclusive, it's open, and Mr. Chemantin made a clear promise. And if you will remember, Sandra, I don't recall if you were at the media encounter. Were you?
Unfortunately, I could not make it. I had another pressing engagement. It's not my fault.
You have to be blamed.
Why? It's not my fault. Forgive me.
I'm blaming you.
I'm privileged that I received a call from your office. Unfortunately, I could not honor it. Forgive me.
So that day, he made an explicit pronouncement, and all the alliance partners were there. And obviously, I can't tell you what goes on behind the scenes with the alliance. I can't tell you everything about.
Okay, but have all alliance members agreed that you should settle on Mr. Danso as running mate, including Abu Sakara Foster?
All the alliance members, I think that this is the time for a youthful presence in the decision-making structure of Ghana.
So who is he, ethnic background? Because usually in a national election, even though it's not a written rule, it's something we work with. The geographical hometown of that person, his religious background. Who is this person?
Again, there was a criteria, and the most important part of this criteria was youthfulness in terms of bringing on board a very large segment of the population of Ghana into decision making. So though, yes, we are made up of diverse peoples, we chose to go for what unites us. The promise of the future. That's what youth is about. Hope for change and the inclusiveness of what we are bringing. Inclusiveness in prosperity, inclusiveness in shared challenges. We overcome together irrespective of where we come from and which part of the country we come from. Mr. Danso Esquire is of two regional extractions. His mother is of Elmina in the central region, and his father is of the Oti region. So he straddles two regions, and I believe that should be enough.
Okay, and his religion?
He's a Christian.
Why didn't you go north?
But that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying you needed a youth, but I'm saying that you could have gotten a youth from the north too, or?
We have found a youthful person who fits the criteria that was developed. He met at least 75% of the criteria that was developed. And that should be enough. Like I'm saying, I don't think the youth of this country are looking at the things that distinguish them from each other, religion, region, and those things. They are looking for an opportunity to influence how things are done in this country, how we implement our policies, the impact of those policies.
So you have kissed the votes of the North goodbye with that decision not to put a North on your.
What makes you think that if you put a North on your table, you get the vote?
I mean, until after since after Rawlings, we haven't seen a successful ticket that didn't have a North-South ticket.
Sander, did Rawlings win on his ticket?
That's what I said. Since after Rawlings, we haven't seen a ticket that hasn't been.
How come Rawlings didn't win? How come Rawlings didn't lose?
That was the early stage of our democracy.
Did the MPP win on their tickets?
Yes, MPP won Kufuor and Aliu Mahama, North-South. Mills North-South with Mahama. Mahama North-South with
how many times did they lose before they won? You can't say that because they won after 3 attempts, that's what makes you win.
So it's inconsequential.
No, I think this country has moved on. I think this country is looking capacity, competence, ability, hope in real implementation, hope in delivery, hope in things that will impact all of us, irrespective of religion, tribe, status, gender. Those are the things we profess in the Constitution. Those are the things we all say we believe. And yet we want to go back and say that we must distinguish and discriminate before we move ahead. That shouldn't be the case anymore.
What about the gender? What about the gender agenda? And forgive me, your line is sounding bad. I don't know if you can do anything about it. What about the gender agenda? What happened to that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
It's all part of it. There are many women.
No, I'm still losing you.
Okay.
Can you say something?
Can you hear me now?
No, you still sound very far. I don't know what is happening. No, you still sound very far.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. So why didn't you choose a woman as your running mate?
We have chosen Kwame. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you, but my question is, why didn't you choose a woman?
We have chosen Kwame Owusu Danso Esquire, corporate strategist, lawyer, celebrity musician, broadcaster, civil political activist for governance, good governance, because he fits the bill.
And he's a media practitioner too. You haven't added that part.
He's a media practitioner.
You're discriminating against my profession.
We didn't look at him because he was male. We didn't look at him because he was not female. We didn't look at him because he was religious. We didn't look at him because he was different from everybody else. We looked at him because we believed and think we are right that he will be a unified focal point for the youth of this country. He's done it all. He's seen it all. And he's only 40. He's an icon. And the youth have somebody they can look up to. Somebody who can be president for them.
Okay.
That is what we looked at.
Since you keep hammering on the youth, is he under 40?
He's 40. No, you can't be under 40 and be on the ticket.
I know, because you keep hammering on the youth, and I'm in my mind, in my mind, the youth should be younger than 40. So
no, 18 to 45 comprise at the moment nearly 70% of our electoral register. People who have voted 4 times, people who have voted 3 times, people who have voted 2 times, people who have voted once.
So he's older than 40.
Well, maybe I am the one who is misquoting myself. But check it out.
No problem. I would have loved to see YB as the running mate though, but I guess that ship has long sailed. Thank you so much for speaking to us. You don't effort. You forget vice use nice. Council,
how come you are so mischievous?
Council, I will change. I promise you. By January 7, 2025, I'll change. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
When Alan is being sworn, you will change.
I have not added anything to it. I just said by 2027. I mean, by 2025, I'll change.
God bless Ghana.
God bless you too, and God bless. Thank you so much. That's Honorable Yaobo Abina Samoa, former MP, and he's a member of the team, the Alan Chairman's Movement for Change, the flag bearer of the group, not a party, has gone to submit his forms today and also announced who his running mate for the election would be. Let's talk about Galamsey now, shall we? Let me go on the phone line. Abdul Mumin Bana is General Secretary of the Ghana Mine Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress, part of what is known as organized labor. Organized labor has issued a statement asking the government to take some steps, else it would incur the wrath of organized labor in relation to the handling of Galamsey. Let me speak to him. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Talk to us, first of all, why organized labor thought to step or wade into this issue and what your position is.
Thank you very much, my brother. Good evening to you and good evening to our listeners. First and foremost, organized labor as a very crucial group in the country remains interested in every national issue, particularly issues that threaten our very survival. We consider Galamsey, and for that matter, the consequences of Galamsey on our environment, and on our lives as human beings as an existential threat to all of us. And for that matter, we need to approach this issue with a different approach altogether. Indeed, this matter has been running for quite some time now, and it doesn't appear we are getting the results that we all desire. Government has made certain interventions here and there. Those interventions, in our honest view, hasn't produced the results that we all wanted. And so organized labor believes that there's a need for us to review and take some immediate steps, reposition this fight towards a direction that produces the results that we desire. And so, yes, today we met as organized labor and we agreed on a number of steps. But more particularly, we believe that the president and by extension his government has all the resources of state available to it. And for that matter, they must lead the charge. We have made a few demands, and we are counting on the president and by extension his government to ensure that these demands are met within a certain time frame. And so if you permit me, I'll take you through the key demands that we have put forward. Number one, what we are saying is that there must be an immediate declaration of a state of emergency in line with the provisions of the 1992 Constitution, specifically Articles 31 and 31(4) of the 1992 Constitution. The declaration, in our view, must incorporate, one, an order to halt all forms of mining, both legal and illegal, in forest reserves around water bodies. There must also be an immediate evacuation of all mining equipment in forest reserves and around water bodies. We also believe that we must intensify and, for that matter, deploy more effectively the police and the military with full orders to remove and destroy all mining equipment and other earth-moving equipment around river bodies and in the forest reserves. We believe that it is one of the most backward decisions that our parliament has ever made in the history of this country to have legislated the use of for our forest reserves for mining, noting the consequences it has on our environment. And so we believe that there must be an immediate revocation of the LI 2462. And last but not the least, we believe that arising from all these things we have put forward, we know that there will be the need for prosecutions. And so there must be the need to establish a specialized court to ensure expeditious trial of any issues that may emanate from this fight. And so these are the matters that we have put forward. And we are one on this fight. We believe that if by the end of this month these demands are not met, then organized labor will have no option but to advise itself. And so we'll be embarking on a series of demonstrations and possible nationwide strikes to press on this demands.
It's interesting you make this point, but is it not a point that is coming a little too late, don't you think? Because this issue of galamsey has been with us for many years. In fact, the issue of the pollution has been for close to a decade now. Why is organized labor only now speaking?
Well, Omaru, I would say better late than never. I mean, the truth remains that we have made pronouncements on different platforms. We have tried, at our various levels. Mine Workers Union, for example, have made several pronouncements. We have gone out there to advocate for a halt on galamsey and to deal with it on a more sustainable basis. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten the traction that we wanted. And so if the matter is elevated to this level and organized labor is speaking with one voice, we believe better late than never. If we sit aloof and do nothing about the situation, I guarantee you a year or two from now, it will move from its current state to a much worse state. And so it is important that we do something about it, and we must do something about it now.
So what's your action plan in registering this protest? And before the press conference, did you have any informal or formal meetings with the government, or this is your first announcement publicly on this matter?
Well, this is our first public announcement on this matter. And like you rightly, alluded to, this is a matter that has been running for years now. I mean, it's become a political football amongst political parties. Unfortunately, the same people who are, trying to do all of these things in the open, unfortunately, are the same people who are behind, engage in this same galamsey. We have heard about MPs, we've heard about ministers of state who have been involved in galamsey one way or the other. This is an open secret. Unfortunately, in Ghana, the majority of us are hypocrites. We don't want to confront the truth. So the truth remains that, look, we know what the issues are. These matters have been with us for quite some time now. We pretend to be doing something about it, but we're not doing much about it. And so, yes, we don't need to reach out to anybody. We don't need to serve notice on anybody. We just believe that, look, we are just being lousy with our approach to dealing with the issue. And we believe that, look, getting the duty bearers to sit up and do the right thing is the way to go. And that is why, as organized labor, we believe this is the time the president and his government must lead the charge. At the end of the day, they have the resources of the state at their disposal, whether it's the military, whether it's the police, whether it's the financing that we need to be able to fight this. We believe that the government has it. It is just the political will and the commitment to the cause.
So which one comes first, the demonstration or the strike?
As a matter of fact, we are going to begin with demonstrations across the country.
Do you have a date yet?
Back on a nationwide strike.
Do you have
the close of this month?
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you.
So that's Abdul Momin Gbana. He's General Secretary of the Ghana Mine Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress, part of organized labor, which has given some ultimatums to government. Indeed, the government, through the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, has issued a statement a short while ago. Let me read it for you. It says the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo MP, together with officials of the ministry, held extensive engagement with regional ministers to review our ongoing efforts at dealing with the canker of illegal small-scale mining. The meeting adopted additional measures at tackling the age-old national problem of illegal small-scale mining, known as galamsey, through a comprehensive approach. Government will continue with a dual strategy of reformative measures and strict enforcement. The regional ministers, alongside their respective regional security councils, have been mandated to intensify enforcement actions within their various jurisdictions to contain incidents of illegal small-scale mining. Additionally, the Minerals Commission will enhance our reformative efforts, particularly through ramping up the establishment of responsible and legal community mining schemes, which have regard to the preservation of our nation's environment and landscape. Government remains steadfast and committed to continue to restore order and ensure that mining activities are conducted sustainably and legally in the national interest. We entreat all and sundry to support these efforts to enable us to protect our environment, preserve our water bodies, and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come. That would be it for Eyewitness News tonight. My name is Umaru Sandamado. Thank you for watching and listening to us. I was produced tonight by Kobna Wilson, Beverly London, and Sami Wiafi, with the technical support from Emmanuel Lati and new media support from Edwin Kwakofi. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening. Good night.
City News.